Hello everyone, my name is Danny and I am the creator of Heatline Underworld. This is a mobile game developed, took me about 2 years to develop this game with HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. This game was a project of mine that I've been planning for quite a while, but today I'm going to be doing a test video, basically just showing off the game to people who haven't really gotten a chance to play it yet. But it is up on my GitHub. If you guys go to github.com/dannyfaze/code slash crime RPG, you guys can play the game on your browser. But it is recommended to play this game on mobile because this game was developed for mobile phones for the past 2 years. I haven't really gotten down to fixing a lot of the web-based development as far as launching the game on your browser. The game will work, but it has a couple of issues that I'm still trying to iron out. But this is kind of the game essentially. So we have a pretty cool browser or mobile game, crime RPG, and this is basically your profile screen when you first launch into the game. Now you can log into the game pretty easily. There's a login button right up here. I'll actually log out to show you guys how this works. So when you first launch the game, it's going to prompt you to sign in. So we do have full Google authentication sign in, so you can sign in just like that, and it signs you right in. There is a full screen button down here that I added just to kind of test the full screen feature, but it does launch in full screen on most modern smartphones. This game was developed for more of the modern architecture in smartphones, so you're going to have a lot better time running this game on a smartphone currently. So a couple of really awesome features that we have. So we do have stats, leaderboards. It's an actual leaderboard system that actually works. So these are all accounts I've made, and my girlfriend actually tested this with me as well, and she's actually rank 1 on the leaderboards. Her reputation is like 40,000, which is crazy, but we tested this game very thoroughly, and the leaderboard system works really well. We also have a players online system that shows you who's offline and who's online currently, which is just me right now. There's also a in-game messaging system where I believe you can send messages to other players. So currently my girlfriend's offline, but I can send her a message if I wanted to. I can challenge her or just close this all together. So that's a pretty cool feature there. There's a reputation system in the game. So the more crimes you do, the more levels you actually make, the more money you make, the more reputation you make. Um, so Heatline operates on a heat system and a global heat system. So what is heat and what is global heat? Well, let's actually go to the turf here real quick, which is going to load in a little bit, but I'm going to hide the nodes here. But essentially, this is the turf map. So on the turf map, you will see a cop vehicle patrolling the actual map. So he will light up his sirens and actually chase you down if you get a lot of heat, which is based on crimes. So going back to crimes, on the crimes tab, players can actually perform all different types of crimes. So they can do pickpocketing, mugging, robbing, stealing cars, try to steal exotic cars, and do some armory heists. Now, these are unlocked based on progression. So as the player progresses and levels up, more of these will be available to the player. For example, if I want to do an armory heist right now, I actually get loot, and the loot that I got was some plasma cells and were added to my inventory. Speaking on loot, if I actually go to my inventory over here, you can see we have a full inventory management system ready for the player to actually go ahead and tackle. So we have consumables, materials, collectibles, boosters, key items, and equipment. A lot of this stuff, also we can craft stuff as well. So we do have a full crafting system. A lot of this stuff is actually built in for the player. So if we wanted to craft equipment to make our player stronger, we can do that. If we wanted to equip certain items here, like my ski mask, I can do that. That gives me 10 stealth as well. And if I wanted to sell my hacker gloves, which gives me precision tech and intelligence, I can sell it as well. I just made $2,000 there. I got 4,000. I'm actually kind of losing money here because of our properties. Speaking about properties, we do have a lot of properties on our turf map here. So for example, if I wanted to collect my income for my apartment, we can do that, but actually my apartment is max level, so each of these properties are upgradable. Okay, so currently I only have a certain set of assets for each properties. So we have the nightclub, we have the casino, we have a warehouse, we have a factory, um, and all of the assets for the actual buildings change depending on how you upgrade them. Currently, my safe house is almost at max level, so the more you level up your properties, the more they change as far as how they actually look. Uh, and you will get a max level badge when you reach that max level, which basically is 5 out of 5 for each property. There is uh, Golden Palace, which is a strip club you can upgrade. You can own Rise High's buildings. You can own hospitals. You can own pretty much everything. Here is the police station, so I haven't really gotten to the assets to actually make the police station stand out. So currently it's just an emoji, but here we can bribe. We can also go to the jail section and we can actually buy inmates and recruit inmates to give us power-ups. So inmates currently, some of these guys, they can give you 49 power, 12 strength, intellect, and stealth. Some of these guys are pretty expensive, so if I wanted to order Rico, I can do that. You can also refresh your inmates to see if you actually are interested in getting a specific one, or you want one that has a higher stat rating. You can do that as well. Now your stats, when you do buy an inmate, you will see them over here when you go to sorry, I forget, I believe it's your inventory. No. So let's go to safe house. Okay, so in your safe house, if you go to gangsters, you can see recruited gangsters as well as your upgrades for your house. So this is where you actually do your house upgrades at your safe house. I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? So currently I have I'm almost at max security level, which is level 5. You also have a hideout, and this is where your jail inmates are going to be. So that we just were talking about, your jail inmates are going to pop up right here, and they're going to show you the stats or the stat benefits that you're going to get. Your garage section here, this is the section that is pretty interesting. When you do Grand Theft Autos, you will have cars in your garage. So one of the cool features is we can actually drive our cars. As you can see, it's BMW 7 is ready for use, so you can actually use your cars in crimes. You can modify them, which is a feature that's coming very, very soon. Modification bay is something that I've been working on, that I've been trying to add to the game, but it's something that is going to take quite a bit of time to actually finish. This game took me a long time just to get to this point, so it's kind of why I'm also selling it, because I know that there will be someone that has the actual time to make this game something great. So we can also sell cars as well. So if I wanted to sell my beat up Corolla, for example, I can do that. And I can also just acquire new vehicles. So if I click that, steal, it actually tells you should steal vehicles from Grand Theft Auto, Crimes, Garage. Capacity 3 vehicles. So your garage does have a 3 vehicle capacity, which I was going to add a feature as well to upgrade your garage so you can have more space to store more cars and just upgrade your criminal empire. For weapons here, as you can see, we have a AK-47 assault rifle. This is our currently equipped weapon. So each weapon is going to have your damage meter, how much XP you gain, your speed, your stealth, and how much it weighs. Weapon weight actually matters a lot in this game because it determines how fast you kill other enemies. So currently, if I wanted to equip other stuff, like I have a shotgun right now. My shotgun here does 200 damage, gives me 160 XP gain, but I'm suffering quite a bit from stealth, minus 55 from stealth. It's a pretty loud gun. So you really do have to kind of weigh out your choices here when it comes to equipping and unequipping guns. So here are my arsenals. As you can see, 7 weapons currently, and if I scroll down, there is a gun shop that's available, and you can buy more guns. So currently, you can buy all the way up to a 50 BMG sniper, which is like 75,000. But if I wanted to actually upgrade my guns, I could. Currently, I can upgrade my knife. I do have the gun parts and the weapon parts for it, so let's go ahead and do that. There you go. So I just upgraded my knife, and now it's doing 119 damage, and it's giving me 116% XP. So that's great. Here is mod kits. So we have our separate weapon upgrades, and we do have mod kits. So we can add mod kits to our actual guns. We can add specific mods to our guns, and you can find mods specifically like barrels, magazines, sights, stocks, triggers. All these things you can find them doing crimes during turf battles. You can find them in the storyline, which there is a storyline to this game, which is really hasn't been able to finish, but there's so much things to actually do. And at the very bottom of the screen, we have weapon stats, and they're all explained here, and how to get parts, defeat enemies in turf defense, commit theft crimes. You can craft them. Gun parts and weapon parts from your inventory are shared here, as well as your weapon stats. So, for example, how the stats work in this game. So, XP gain, speed, upgrading, and mod kits. So it's a very intricate system, and it does work, and it actually does make your character stronger. Moving on to your actual character, we have a create, wardrobe, gear, and animals. So there is a character creator in this game, which is a one of the features that I was going to finish before trying to sell this game, but it does work. If you click create, you will see you have options to be a male or female, your body type, right? Your face, your skin, right? Your skin tone, your hair, right? So currently that's a work in progress. You can also name your character. If I wanted to name my character Bob, right? I can name him Bob or whatever. So if I wanted to go to my wardrobe, I can do that as well. And here we have a couple of options too. We got leather, hoodies, suits, bombers, button shirts, cargo pants, some sandals, and some shades. That's my guy right there. So here we actually would be able to drag and rotate the character if the model would be on there. I was trying to find a pretty affordable character model to use for the character itself, but it's kind of a difficult thing to actually do, specifically when making a game. Finding the right model is something kind of hard. So I never got around to this, but there's even more stuff. We have gear, so actual gear as well that you can equip, unequip for your character. You have accessories, backpacks, feet, hands, chest, and your total stat bonus at the bottom, which gives you a total stat for what you're wearing for your character, as well as animals. So animals are an interesting addition that I really wanted to add to this game as well, that I've been working on, which is basically animals give you certain attributes, like guard dogs give you alerts, street cats give you more stealth, hawks give you scout, snakes give you intimidation, and rats can give you scavenge, which is pretty useful stats if you ask me. So currently, your safe house is definitely one of the more important aspects of this game. You're going to be definitely on this tab quite a bit, organizing, upgrading, and looking at your inventory. Crimes, like I said, we already went through that, and your turf. So when you go to the turf, one of the features that I wanted to show you guys was if you click turf actions, right? If it actually prompts or pops up. Sometimes it doesn't pop up when we're on full screen. So let me actually refresh our page real quick, because this is a work in progress. Some of the features might be a little buggy, so all we have to do is just refresh our page, go back to it, and just hide the nodes real quick, and just go back into full screen, because the game usually looks a lot better in full screen, in my opinion. I think it works a lot better. But let's go to turf actions. So there we go. So we can lay low. We have a couple options. So we can lay low, we can go active, and we can start free roam. If you decide to lay low, you're going to be inside of your safe house. So this is actually a working safe house environment that you can interact. You have your sofa, your tables, you have your bed, and most importantly, your command center. In your command center, when you click that, you can actually do missions. So we can deploy your crew members, which here are going to be all your crew members right here. You'll be able to actually buy crew members. And each of these guys have loyalty, right? So you have a loyalty percentage, you have a combat level, and a mission, and how many missions they've done for you. Crews can abandon you. They can actually take your money, abandon you, and actually hurt you. So you kind of have to weigh out weigh out what you kind of want from them, right? So we can deploy them, do territory grabs, we can do heist, weapon deals, drug runs, petty crimes, right? So right here is going to show you specifically your gangsters, like your loyalty rating with each and every one of them, and who you want to deploy. So I don't think I would want to deploy Razor, right, or Trigger, right? I mean, these are kind of lower, but we have a 100% chance with Trigger um, for, let's say, a territory grab, so we can deploy him there. So once you deploy somebody, you're going to see them on the active mission tab on the very top. This is going to show you how much time is remaining for the actual mission to finish. Um, and results, when you click on results, as you can see, we had one kill in action. So Smokey was killed in action. Damn. So we're going to dismiss that one. But look at this. We have all this XP and money to collect from our guys doing territories and missions. So we can have them do heist, weapon deals, all these things, and you can deploy individual ones to do certain tasks. For example, Pyro, want to do a heist with Pyro. So as you can see, Trigger is on that already. I mean, he's 18% done, so that's great. So once we're done with our command center, we can simply just leave, and we can actually show you guys more features. If we click on turf actions again, we can actually do a start free roam feature. Now, what is free roam? Well, free roam is an interactive on-screen moving feature where you can actually move your character on the screen, and your character can collect XP and is able to actually go to different properties. Currently, the screen is zoomed in a little bit, so let's actually try to fix this real quick. We'll exit out of that, unzoom the screen. It's a little bit of a tricky development for me. So anyways, we're going to do the free roam again. So as you can see now, you can see the character moving on screen. He's currently collecting money, XP, but the main point of this is you can actually raid properties that you haven't collected. So for example, if I wanted to go to the nightclub, I don't think I have a nightclub in my possession, so I'm going to enter the nightclub. Once you enter the nightclub, you can actually fight the enemies and take over the property. So it's a property takeover system that works pretty darn well. So we can retreat or fight them. So let's go ahead and fight them. So here we go. We have our first property battle or property takeover battle. It says street battle up there because this is kind of the same system that's built into the street battles. So I'm currently level 36 versus a level 9. We're going to click fight and do a quick attack. That didn't do much damage, so he's actually going to do some damage to me, so we're going to go ahead and do a heavy strike. And he's probably going to get taken down right here. Oh, that was a miss. Okay. So let me try to do a aim shot. There we go. Okay, level 4 out of 5. So basically you kind of go through each floor, and each floor there's going to be a brand new fight with a different type of person, different type of boss, and you fight them. You get loot as well from this, and at the end of it, if you beat the actual final boss, you actually get to collect the property. So let's go ahead and fight this boss and show you guys how this feature works. We're gonna go heavy strike. Oh, he missed. All right, quick attack. He dodged that. Let's do aim shot. He's level 20 though. And combo. I'm dodging all these because my stats are pretty high. So, and boom, takeover complete. We own the nightclub now, guys. This is income of $5,200 a day. So we're gonna claim, we're gonna leave, and now, if we let's see, let's actually get out of free roam. So we just gotta click back on turf, exit free roam. If we click our nightclub, look at that. We own the nightclub now. It generates $5,200 a day for us. And since we already collected the income, apparently, I guess because we took it over, we have to wait approximately 23 hours. So there's upgrades. Our next upgrade for this one is at $220,000. That's how much we need to upgrade the property itself, but there's so many properties. Here we have a shopping center that's $600,000, which you can earn money and buy them however you want. So there's a lot of different upgrades, guys, that you can do. Inventory, we have an inventory button here as well. So this is our quick inventory for when you're on the go and you want to quickly check what you have. You can do that, or you can open your full inventory right here and you can see all the parts that you currently have, which obviously bandages heal you during turf defenses. And there is turf defenses, guys. For example, There are turf battles and turf defenses built into this game, which I'll go ahead and show you guys. There's a little test button that I have up here. That little shield on the top left is going to show you how turf defense actually works. So it's like a tower defense built into the game itself. We're going to click that, and hopefully it activates. I think it's kind of a small button to tap onto. Here we go. So this is essentially turf defense, and in turf defense you have different waves of enemies that are going to come at you, right? So you have a shoot button, and you have so here one enemy right there, and we're going to shoot him. Boom, boom, boom. So turf defense is currently so here we go. So defense shop, defense cache. So basically we have a defense shop as well in the game. So if we have money, I can actually boost my speed, do an auto turret, repair base, barricades. You can actually add barricades, ammo boxes, and health kits. So we're going to continue to the next wave because we really don't need any of that stuff currently. So there is a guy right here. Boom, boom. We're going to shoot him, and actually we can collect parts. So these are gun parts and stuff that you're going to actually need. So I'm going to shoot this guy. Boom. Collect that. Collect the cash. Collect the money. Yeah, so I mean, and this is sort of a automated system. So when this system is fully implemented and working properly, it's going to be like a tower defense, but it's going to happen automatically. At least that's my vision for it. But if whoever ends up buying this app, you guys can implement this feature however, but the fundamental parts are already coded into this. It's really easy to actually customize it and make it your own. But this is sort of a demo of turf defense and how turf defense will work in this game. And like I said, it's like a tower defense. So basically, your player can put barricades. You can put defenses around different properties. You can shoot your enemies and take back your turf, which is the whole point. All right, so that was turf defense. Now, if we retreat, we actually get a little bit of cash, XP, and some items as well. So even if you end up giving up, you still get something. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about in this video, and I know it's a long video, is the heat bar. So on top of the turf tab, there is a heat bar. This heat bar goes up and down depending on how many crimes you do. So if we go back to profile and you go to heat, right? So our current heat is 0%, but our global heat is 37. So what is heat? Heat is basically, like I explained before, the more crimes you do, the more heat you generate. The more crimes you do over a longer period of time, the more global heat you generate. So basically, if you do a couple of crimes here and there, you might get hot for a little bit, but then over time, it's going to go down. But you're going to still attract attention from higher up, higher up, like FBI's and CIA's and stuff like that. They're going to see that you're making a lot of crimes. So if your global heat goes up way too much, it's going to do a turf lockdown, and you're going to be locked down for the duration of your playthrough. Now, lockdowns are not a end game feature. They're more like a feature of having you be smart about doing crimes. It's to prevent people from just spamming and making the game kind of repetitive and boring. It's supposed to basically make you think about what kind of crimes you commit, right? So currently it's snowing as well. We do have a 3D weather feature in this game. As far as like the turf map, as you can see the snow particles coming down on the actual turf itself, which is pretty cool. That took quite a while to develop as well. But essentially you want to be smart with your crimes. Make sure that your heat bar doesn't go too high and your global heat stays low. If your global heat becomes really, really, really high, there's going to be a secret detective agent that will come up on your screen, and he's going to give you a way out. You can pay him to bribe him to bring your global heat down, or you can give him gun parts and sell it to him to bring your heat level down as well. Also, if your regular heat level goes up too much as well, our little cop car that was on the map, I don't know where he went. Sorry about that. Our cop car that was on the map, I don't know where he went. He's going to actually go up to you and arrest you and take you to jail. There is a interactive jail, basically an interactive jail in this game where you actually have a chance to break out of jail. So you can either do hard time, and it's not going to be long. I believe it's like a minute. Real time, it's like a minute that you're in jail unless someone breaks you out, or you can break out of jail, which gives you more rewards, XP, and benefits. So it's a cool little feature that I added. It is harder for players when they level up to. Sorry about that, guys. It's harder for players when they level up to max level to actually be arrested, and they're. It's harder for you to actually be in jail. So you got to kind of pick your battles a little bit better, but for the most part, the higher level you are, the better, the more chances you are at not getting arrested and making more money and upgrading your empire. So this is kind of a review. Oh, there's also a marketplace. So we have a black marketplace. Uh, this changes and fluctuates quite often. So you can buy a lot of these things. I don't have any funds, but I believe you can buy this and sell. So at any moment, if you can invest in the black market and you can sell to make extra cash. So if you're short on cash and you want to sell, you can do that as well. So this is sort of a little bit of a long video. It's almost 30 minutes long, but I wanted to show you guys all the features of this game. There's probably a couple of features that I haven't even gone in, talking about, like the skill tree. You do have skills in this game. I mean, there's just so many things that I haven't even gotten a chance to explain, but this is sort of the core values of what this game is. There's also a global chat. There's a global chat as well as a sound settings button as well, if you wanted to change the sounds. But yeah, this is sort of Heatline Underworld, and if you guys are interested in playing this game, you can in my GitHub page. It's going to be, again, like I said, it's going to be github.com dannyphase-code/crime-rpg. You guys will be able to play it on your browser or on your phone. It's recommended that you do play this on your phone so you actually get the best experience when you're playing it. On the browser, it's going to be a little bit of a mixed bag because there's going to be some graphical glitches and issues that have to be ironed out. For the most part, it's fully playable on mobile. Thank you for checking out this video. If you are interested in purchasing this game and this code fully, please check out my listing at dealmyapp.com. It's going to be in the description of this video, and I'm going to be linking this video to Deal My App as well, so people that actually look at the listing on there can have access to this video as well. Thank you for watching. Sorry for such a long video, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.